What's up, team?
Good afternoon, everybody. How we doing?
No, we're not shaving STV's ankles just yet. Okay, so let's let before STV goes ahead and he shares with you this mega super cool thing, right? I just want to preface it really quick. You guys saw me hit 310,000. I withdrew 200,000 so I could go ahead and get my Ferrari. I am now going to take that 100,000 and I'm going to speed race it to 1,000,000. And I feel like I can do that within 3 months, courtesy of this. Ladies and gentlemen, let me go ahead and see. Never fucking fails me. Let me go ahead and screen capture. Let me go to settings here really quick. And all right, done. Okay, I want to show you guys something. Okay, let me show you guys something. In 3, 2, 1. Shit, it's not working. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Speed Racer. Your notifications happen within 6 seconds. These are traffic lights on the 1 minute. As you can see, SPY, QQQ, IWM, TQQQ, NVIDIA, Tesla, Lucid, AMD. We also have AMC in there somewhere. We got a little something for everyone, guys. Or maybe Andy's got to add it. But this, ladies and gentlemen, okay, are your 1 minute traffic lights. It is done. This will be available to you betas. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your commitment to us. And because of that, we're able to innovate and change the game. While other people are using alerts and APIs, we pay premium dollar for WebSockets directly to the source, CBOE, that kind of thing. We invest so you guys get the best available data the fastest. Shout out to Andy, shout out to Algo for turning my dreams into a reality. I couldn't do it without them. But now I need your support. And the support that I need, guys, is for you guys to fucking kill it so that you can go out to the interwebs and show the world that we're here to change the fucking game. Now, you guys saw a very soft version of me, but really I'm a hard ass. I believe in it because I believe in being a hard ass, especially when it comes to making money, especially with the products that we are presenting, especially with the education that we are providing. Most importantly, I'm taking time away from my family right now where my son's at a go-kart and I'm here doing a stream. That's my commitment to you. And if my son has to understand my commitment to my dream, I need you guys to understand that you do not have any room to fuck it up. Okay? Let me make that very clear. On the last stream, which Lori and a lot of you were sharing, where we recapped the strategy, I saw that you guys took that stream and you shared it with everybody. I love it. But remember, when you are taking a play on an entry, you only have truly 3 actionable signals. Traffic light, call or put, level of support and resistance. Exit, you only have 3 true exit signals, right? Traffic light, support and resistance, RSI. Now that we got that out of the way, we're giving you the best of the best here, okay? And I'm so fucking proud. I am proud of the team that we have, the rapid implementation, everyone. You guys, can you imagine that I have to get everybody on board to believe in what I say? Okay, guys, we have traffic lights. Everybody has to believe in it, right? The thing is, STV saw it. He said, fuck, this is it. And then Andy, who's not necessarily a trader, the matrix opened itself to him this weekend after he was working on the code and he was seeing how everything was playing out. He was looking at the alerts. He was looking at the charts. Our own, and this is the most timid man on earth. This man he's worth 2 commas and he still gets coupons. And this man just does not like to risk money at all. And he sees absolutely everything. With that being said,
Ivan was up like 8% on Friday or something. Something crazy.
It's amazing. It's amazing what we've accomplished in such a short amount of time. And I can tell you this, no one comes close. After this, no one comes fucking close. You guys look at the abundance. We take these tickers. You know how you guys hold way too long in a fucking play? You don't need to anymore. You go ahead, you take your 5-6%, and you wait for the next alert. You're going to take your 5-6%, wait for all the alerts. You guys are going to start playing like fucking Rita right now.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to start playing like Rita. This is wild, right? Where previously you would have to go ahead and sit out on a chart and like pick your faves or whatever and wait for that 1 minute. Now we're getting, we got dings too.
Yeah, we have to make those sounds.
Yeah, we also have to record those sounds, but we have dings, ladies and gentlemen. So this is actionable. The delay, non-existent.
It's sick. Okay, this is the other thing you guys got to realize. As soon as the candle closes, it's within, like, I think the ones that we saw were 5 or 6 seconds. To where it's candle close, confirmed traffic light, and you have the alert on platform. It is effectively instant where you're getting alerted on these traffic lights, guys. It is one of the best. You guys have seen us print with it. You've seen Gabe use them, turn that account from like 10,000 to fucking 310. Getting a Ferrari now, which is awesome. I love that. But like you guys see it now. It's like now that we have alerts. So remember how we were doing things before a little bit. It's like there's a market out there with a bunch of needles in the haystack. There's no with these alerts and this system that we've created, and now that it's going to be on platform for you guys. There are no haystacks. You are just literally seeing the needles fucking everywhere. We've got some juice. We've got some juice for you guys today about kind of seeing which needle is going to be better for you.
Beautiful thing. So enough with me being a hype man. I am absolutely ecstatic with this because this will ultimately allow me to do 2 to 3 plays at once. Guys, I made $310,000 doing one play at a time. This makes me ultra efficient. This also keeps you guys from holding on to a play in hopes that it'll go to the moon. You'll be like, fuck it, whatever. I got another alert happening in 18 seconds.
Exactly. Exactly.
All right. So, STV, I'm going to let you go ahead and take up to school on this one because I took him to school on Friday. It's your turn, brother. This is Sunday church.
Let's do it. Okay, guys. So you guys have all been hearing me talk about this 2 minute, and there's 2 main things that I kind of want to talk about. So before we get into the 2 minute stuff, I want to kind of just talk very like high level. We're looking over everything so we can effectively see what we're using these 1 minute traffic lights for. And when you think very logically about what we're seeing when we use these traffic lights, it is a very clear shift of momentum. Now, what we've done previously is we've all been basically trying to front run every single thing that we release to make these entries earlier and earlier and earlier so that, one, you can scale out quicker if you're using the stop loss strategy and hit better trades or higher probability trades. Okay, so that's the first thing right there. We're looking for clear shifts of momentum. Now, in the market, specifically in the morning, it's a little bit more difficult to see where the market wants to go. Can you hit nasty traffic lights on the 1 minute in the first 15 to 30 minutes of the market? Yes, but it's a little bit more risky. When we think about the reversal strategy that I have, you're looking for the momentum to shift a little bit to the downside. You're looking at the MACD, you're looking at the break of the RSI, but it's going to be a little bit 50-50. Sometimes the risk reward is good, but when we look at the traffic lights, it's giving you that clear, instant, it's time for this thing to reverse. So the first thing that I want to go over a little bit with you guys is looking at charts and thinking about when there's going to be a higher probability of a bigger traffic light trade coming. Gabe and I were talking about this a little bit. And I think we do this subconsciously just because of how we look at the market. But when you see, and this is where we're kind of going to get into the 2 minute to get this a little bit easier for you guys. When you see a little bit of choppy price action, let's say on the 5 minute, what do? Well, we go to the 3 or the 1 minute to kind of play those shorter moves. When you start to see choppy price action on the 1 minute and you're looking at traffic lights, remember, what are the traffic lights telling you? A clear shift in momentum. When you see price that is in a tight range and it's just traffic light, traffic light, traffic light, traffic light, traffic light, it doesn't make as much sense to trade it there. That would not be necessarily a higher probability traffic light. just because you see markets are just chopping. And you'll see me on stream sometimes say, I don't really like this one, even though it could play out really well to break the range. I'm waiting more towards a confirmation of a break of that little chop zone. So the first thing that I want you guys to start focusing in on is playing traffic lights after large moves. So think about what we're doing here. Remember, we're looking for shifts in momentum. So if you see a large move to the upside, and this is perfect if you're looking in the morning, and I know Gabe does this a lot, where you'll play those legs of the move, where there'll be the first pop and then a nice sell-off. You don't necessarily have to play, you don't necessarily have to play that first pop because, one, you don't necessarily know where the market wants to go on that instant. So what the higher probability play would be most of the time is waiting for the shift in momentum. So I want you guys to start thinking about the traffic lights as not necessarily like your own personal, like, oh, traffic light, I'm hitting it all the time. It's you're looking for those clear shifts of momentum, but in order for you to actually get there, you need the momentum to show you that it's going in one direction previously. So that's the first thing. And I want to make sure that everybody kind of understands this. So does everybody kind of get this here where you're looking, and we can go over this on the chart. Like if you see that first aggressive move to the downside here, Gabe, if you throw that chart on the 1 minute, you'll be able to see it. The one that you just had up. If you throw that chart that you have right there on the 1 minute, it'll paint it out perfectly. And in the morning here. Yeah, so you can see that you get that nice traffic light to the downside right at open, but is that the highest quality setup? Not necessarily, and you guys actually saw me lose on that trade that I tried to take to the upside. What's the higher probability? And I didn't take that move to the downside, but what I did do was take the move to the upside. You see a clear move down. And again, we're using all of our other indicators, our levels too. You see it come down, tap a level, and you get a traffic light to the upside. What you aren't seeing is choppy bullshit price action. This makes perfect sense to be trading this on the 1 minute here, where you see a clear downtrend, a reversal. The RSI is peaking above its moving average. It's getting above 50 right as you get that traffic light. The MACD is flipping. The ADX is starting to come back as well. And you start to see that momentum shifting back around. Remember, traffic lights are momentum shifting indicators. If you don't see a previous trend, it may not be the best idea to be taking that traffic light as you see it, because you can just get traffic light, traffic light, traffic light, traffic light. So I know that some of you guys might be thinking at this point, well, how do I know? How do I know if there's actually a clear trend, or how do I know if it's going to continue chopping around? This is where we get into the 2 minute. I don't take trades on the 2 minute, but what I do with it is effectively the same thing that we do when we're looking at the 5 minute. And then we look to confirm on the longer time frames, the 15, maybe the 30 minute, and looking at the indicators and the levels there. The 2 minute for me is a confirmation time frame, or whatever the opposite would be, to not confirm that the trade would be something that I need to be taking. Because if you start to, let's find, let's see, Gabe, are you looking at Friday?
Yes, I should be. Yes, I am.
Pull this up on the 2. Because there's a time on, there's a few times, and I know you guys have seen this, where you'll see the 1 minute starting to just flash all over the place. Just light. You get like 4 or 5 in a row, and you're like, well, how do I know that's going to happen? This is how you know. And it's not knowing for sure. It's having a better idea in terms of probability. And I need you guys to understand that you're never going to know anything for certain in the market, but you will know what's more likely. So I want to listen to that again. You're never going to know for certain, but you will know what's more likely to occur. So what I will look at here on the 2 minute is effectively how I will do it on the 1 minute as well. I will look and see the 1 minute traffic light flashes. Okay, let me throw it on the 2 minute very quickly. How does it look? Is price action still above the 2 minute 13 EMA? How has price reacted to the 2-minute 13 EMA previously that day? Is it bait and switching? Is it flashing down below, coming right back up? Is it actually respecting that EMA, or is it just like, I don't really, or it doesn't care? Then you have the 48. Now, if you look at a 2-minute chart and it looks like it's about to get a traffic light, what does that also tell you? If the 1 minute already has a traffic light and the 2 minutes looking like it's about to, it means that you're getting more confirmation of a shift of a trend. So it's using the longer time frame to confirm the price action on the shorter time frame. So it's not that I'm taking trades solely based off of the 2 minute. I'm still on the 1, but I'm using the 2 to clear out the noise, because the 1 minute can get noisy and a little bit volatile. What the 2 minute does is it kind of slows it down a little bit. It says, okay, you're looking at the 1 minute and it's chopping around. You're in a little bit of a range. If the 2 minute then says, and it shows you that things are really looking to come in that one direction, then it might be a better trade to take. It's not for certain, but again, you know what's more likely to happen in terms of what we've seen in the past and how price likes to move around these levels on the 2 and the 1 minute. So does that make sense to everybody, how we're using the 1 versus the 2? I'm not taking trades based off of the 2. Because I know a lot of people keep doing this. They're like, oh, I'm trading on the 15 and 30 and the 1. Why? That's not really what we're doing. I use the 2 to clear the noise. So let me think if I have an analogy for this. It's like, it's almost picking like the best option. It's like, okay, well, you have all of these on the 1 minute. If you clear it out on the 2, you're going to see it's a lot quieter. You're going to say, okay, well, it looks more like the 3 or it looks more like the 5. But since it's still a short enough time frame in how long these candles are lasting for, it's still close enough to like getting close to that 1 minute entry where it's still showing you, okay, you can still get in on this early and this is where the trend is most likely headed.
There you go. I like it. I like it. I like it a lot. Now, let's see. Hi, H Diamonds. You're late. Make sure you catch the recap. Okay, so STV, let's go ahead and look at this. I'm gonna take it back to the 1 minute
Yep.
really quickly, right? And what I found is usually when a traffic light enters another variable that is also part of decision making, it reverses.
Mm-hmm.
Let me explain. If, for instance, you get a traffic light here, let's look at this here, right? Traffic light to the downside, right? The other decision-making variable is here at the 200, right? So basically, you're playing to the 200 and or expect a reverse from this traffic light, which did happen. You then enter another actionable area, which is this level of resistance, right? The thing is, guys, when you see traffic lights that are caught up in the noise that are fairly close to other actionable decision-making areas, you approach with caution. Okay, and I want to look at this example here. This example here where you got traffic light, traffic light, traffic light, and traffic light. The problem here is that the price action was also close to other decision-making variables, which you had your 48, you had the 405.37, that kind of thing, right? And so what I like to say is if I got an even number of traffic lights, reversal. If I got an odd number of traffic lights, continuation on the trend. Right? No matter which direction it's going. So if you're going up, your even number is going to bring you back down. Your odd number is going to give you a continuation. Okay? So that's essentially how I like to do it. So yeah, wait. Did I say that right? I want to make sure I did. So
I think you did. I think you did.
I think so, yeah. So even numbers, a reversal, odd numbers, continuation. So here we got 1, 2, 3, 4 here. So this is technically a reversal, right? This traffic light was to the upside. This traffic light signaled to the downside. This traffic light tried to bring you back up. This traffic light brought you back down. That's an even number of traffic lights. So the even number of traffic lights, we'll go ahead and, yeah. I'm going to write this down. Make sure I don't even confuse myself, guys. I apologize for that.
There's a couple of other spots on Friday that I think are very interesting too. On when I would not be looking to play these traffic lights, kind of going off of the first point I was talking about. So Gabe, if you go to like between 1 or basically 2 o'clock and 2:15, this is a pretty good example of like when it doesn't make a whole lot of sense to be trading the traffic lights just based on how price action is looking. Yeah, right there. So you can see that you get a little move to the upside right around like 140. Little move to the upside, breaks the 200, comes right back down. I'm probably not taking that traffic light to the downside because the market didn't cook itself too much in one direction to have a very large shift in momentum. Can it still work? Yeah, anything's possible in the market. But if you look at some of these traffic lights here where you see the previous traffic light wasn't that big of a move, you could then say, okay, if the momentum is going to shift and you're just thinking about it in terms of like equal and opposite reactions, which is what we see a lot of in the market because there's big players fighting on either side, well, then you know that it's either one, like Gabe says, you're probably just looking at it for a quick scalp.
Yeah.
Or you probably don't want to take that one. If you go back to the morning and you see those large moves to the upside, when you get the traffic light coming back down after a while of going in one direction, that clear shift of momentum are when those larger trades happen. So like when you see me hit those like 50, 60, 70 percenters after I've scaled out, that's exactly what I'm looking for. I'm looking for price to continue in one direction, and I'm just hunting the traffic light when it's going to come because in my mind, I know, okay, price has cooked itself one direction. Price can't just continue to go in one direction forever, down or up. It's going to take a breather at some point. Now, if you've really cooked it to one direction, that's when those traffic lights, the key momentum shift the other way, are a lot filthier. Now, in order to confirm that that's actually going to happen and you're not going to get one of those, what I like to call those bait and switches, where it looks like it's going to traffic light and then it comes right back up, the 2-minute is very helpful in looking to see, okay, where is price in relation to the 13? Does it look like the 2-minute is about to get a traffic light? How much room do you have to then up or down to the 48? Or the 200, and you kind of set your trade up that way. You're saying, okay, like we don't really do like targets around here. Again, I mean, you guys know, like use the stop loss strategy, and you're gonna set yourself up for success. But if you look at the chart and you say, okay, this could come right back down to the 48, but before then I'm gonna scale out. Well, you have two scale out points. You're like, okay, I scale out at my 10%, and then I could see this thing continue down to the 48. So you're going to use the stop loss strategy anyway, but you're saying, okay, this is where the most likely move is going to go, and then we go from there. If it just continues and it knifes, or it continues ripping after some big moves, and you've basically made your position free, awesome, you hit a nasty trade. But same thing that I like to always say, you have to approach your trades the exact same way every single time to be able to capitalize on those bigger trades. Well, yes. How do you give yourself a higher probability to have those bigger trades? Well, you're looking for those clear momentum shifts after a clear trend in one direction.
Yes. STV. Remember how we had that moment where we had, when we had the RSI breaking into its moving average, and that was your entry and exit? I think we just had a moment here on our stream here.
Was it the Tesla one or was it the SPY one?
No. I don't remember which one it was, but remember we had that aha moment with the RSI breaking its moving average.
Yeah. I remember.
All right. So check this out. We just had another breakthrough moment right now that happened right in the chat where someone was able to identify. See, there you go, guys. The power of the people, collective minds, we could improve on things and make things better. STV, did you notice this? The MACD, when we have the volatile traffic lights, MACDs are not developed.
Mm-hmm. They're pretty close.
Yeah, they are garbage.
Shift. It's like that reversal strategy that we talk about where it's losing the momentum and it's just about to shift.
Yes. So in this situation, we have well-developed MACDs. So these traffic lights are in fact valid. You could see developed MACD, developed MACD, developed MACD. Then here in this zone, you hear right here, very thinned out MACD, but it's not crossing, right? So now you're getting your traffic light, right? you're just getting this sideways action here. Then you finally get that traffic light where it develops into a healthy MACD. You get another one that develops into another healthy MACD. Here, this zone here, traffic light, you could see how the MACD here is naturally developing. And there is a reason for that. The reason for that is this development here is that it's very, very hard for the histogram to develop into green when you have the MACD and the signal line so far below neutral here. In this situation, the values are negative 20 and negative 21 and negative 20 here, right? The values here, even though crossing, they're highly elevated. So, I mean, these are conditions that you can look for in, okay, yeah, we got developing histograms on the MACD. Mike D definitely for the win here. This is great. This is great. And I think it lends itself into STV's strategy here about like smoothing out the signals because the chew is going to give you a smoother signal on the MACD, is it not?
Yeah, well, this is also like the reason, one of the main reasons why this stream and this way that we're looking at kind of smoothing everything out is so important is because when you guys see these traffic light alerts, this is one of the reasons why we are giving this to you guys first so that you guys can see the stream and then use the actual alert system that you're going to have. You're going to be receiving a lot of alerts. So you have to be able to determine what looks good and what looks less probable to play out, which is exactly what we're doing. We're looking for those shifts in momentums, and you can confirm on the 2-minute as well. And using that MACD.
Holy sweet baby Jesus. You know how much money I'm going to make this week?
A lot. Last week was fun. I told Gabe, I was like, I'm hunting another 50% week. I think it was 12 last week, 12 and a half.
All right, so Hawaii 4. I'm having a real issue because I'm Canadian and trying to trade. Okay, so Hawaii, we read your comment. I think you need to go into the market talk. There's Canadians in the market talk. I think someone mentioned interactive brokers for Canadians. Go ahead and check that out. All right. I mean, we can't emulate your experience because we're not Canadian, right? So go ahead and ask around other individuals, your co-nationals. Hey, what do we use here? Okay. That's it. What does Kelly use exactly? You find out what Kelly uses.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, and that's a broker issue. That's not necessarily like a trading issue. Like it can handicap you, just like those of you guys that are still in margin accounts with less than 25K, which makes no fucking sense. But like, yeah, that's an easy fix. Once you get your broker set up, it smooths everything out. But I want everybody in here I want to make sure that you guys understand what we're talking about here because these 1-minute traffic lights are so incredibly powerful, but only if you use them correctly. Again, we've talked in a lot of the previous masterclasses about risk management with them, traffic light to traffic lights, predefining your risk, using breaks of the 13 as your risk on some of these trades. And in this one, we're more so talking a little bit about entries, but also to tell you whether or not something's higher, like a higher probability setup on the 1-minute traffic lights. So this is probably one of the most important ones and the information in this is incredibly important because we want to make sure that you guys are able to read, okay, this one looks really good. This one's not so good. This one looks really good. This one's eh.
There you go. All right. Let's see. Let's go ahead and give you guys a little bit of taste of the traffic lights, basically the speed racers, right? And then we're going to wrap things up here, okay? So let's do this. Speed racer, baby.
Speed racer.
All right. So when you guys are getting these alerts, is the actual close of the traffic light, right? So you can't front run these. All right. You can't front run these. There's no way in hell. Because these alerts happen 6 seconds after the candle close on a traffic light. I'm going to show you guys something beautiful here. And this happened with the SPY, QQQ, and IWM because the charts looked very much the same. Okay. Let's go ahead and look at this. You get a traffic light at IWM. You were alerted on this candle. By the time you look at the candle, you already know you're a little too far away. You got that retracement, right? You got the retracement, and then you get the bounce here. That's probably not an ideal setup. Now we have to go earlier into time.
And think about what we were just talking about. What was the previous move like? What does the 2 minutes show you? If you looked at both of those things, you would probably be like, it probably isn't a high probability traffic light.
Exactly. We go to NVIDIA. And we look at the stamp here, 153. That puts us here. Wait, 153? That's right here? Right?
No, that's oh, I'm delayed. Yeah, that's it right there. That was the one.
153.
That's perfect. That's right on the money.
Yeah. Right on the money here. Okay. It comes down to an actionable area here, so you can expect that reversal. Next traffic light is money. Okay. Now we're going to comb through the data, and this should be available this week to the beta tribe.
Yeah, so what we're doing is we have to give it to basically how it's going to go with the rollout is a smaller group of people is going to get it first.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm pretty sure they're all lifetime and everything as well. But the reason is we have to make sure that the data as it's running through isn't going to do this one thing that we don't want to happen. And after like a few days of running it with that smaller group of people on it, and that looks good to go, then we'll send it out to all of the beta testers, which is going to be all of you lifetimers and everybody in this stream and on these 2 tiers. So you guys will all have access to that once we just see how that goes. But it's just a data thing. So that should probably take 2 days once people get it, and then it's good to go for everybody, which also should be this week.
Okay. Also going to show you guys how lucky you're going to be. All right. How lucky you're going to be. Here we go. This is Speed Racer on Thursday. 175 plays. There's no way you will ever be void of an opportunity to take a play. Every alert that pops up, you go ahead and you apply rules. The rules we teach, you compare it to the alert, you take the trade, you make your money, you get out. Now, let's look at the timestamps of this, right? You're literally getting a new alert almost every minute through the day. I'm looking at this timestamp here. From market open, 9:37, every minute from 9:37, you're getting an alert, pretty much. This is the biggest gap I've seen between alerts from 10:37 a.m. to 10:55. That is the biggest gap. From there, you're getting an abundance of alerts. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. So you guys would never feel like you missed a trade.
Because there's always another one coming.
Oh, minutes later. Guys, we have essentially turned traffic lights into the Metro Transit Authority. That's what we've done.
There's just another trade coming. And what this is also going to help you guys do is we've talked about this a little bit, but when we're in trades and we're like, oh, I really want to maximize this one, you don't have to. There's another one coming. There's always another trade coming.
Yes.
So these traffic light alerts serve many purposes.
Oh, they're going to serve so many. They're going to serve so many. Yes. Speed Racer just might murder Rita? No. Okay, so this is the fun part. Now, let me explain what Rita does. Right? So Rita's essentially doing this, ladies and gentlemen. That's all Rita's doing. And Rita's taking a traffic light based on rules. That's all she's doing. She's winning 70% of her trades. She takes a shit ton of trades. I mean, she's winning 70% of her trades, but she's making over like 100 entries. Right?
Yeah, Rita goes crazy.
Right? We don't want you taking that many entries. Right? The thing is also is that Rita is also indiscriminate. You see, she's playing by the rules, but she's indiscriminate. You guys are able to use your cognitive ability to be discriminate against it. Okay? Which will improve. It should improve upon your win percentage. Right? Ice Tim, is there a limited number of stocks that Speed Racer alerts on? Absolutely. Otherwise, you would not be able to keep up. Again, on Thursday, like she alerted 175 times.
Yeah, there's like 10 stocks on it right now. Imagine if we put the whole market. You'd literally get like 100,000 alerts in a day. We're not doing
that. Would there be any sound and notification coming for platform anytime soon? With Speed Racer, I believe it's already baked in at this point.
Yeah, I think it's already there.
Yeah.
And he's got the default sound. And then we could get we're working, Gabe and I are working on like recording some fun sounds that you guys can like select if you want it.
That's
so
it.
You could have like me saying something wild or Gabe saying something wild as your alert.
Yeah. My alert was gonna be, it's happening.
I like that one.
That was gonna be fine. Okay, guys. Let's see. I think we're going to wrap things up.
I think so too. Does anybody have any final questions about kind of what we covered here with the 1 minute, looking at the 2 minute, looking at those shifts of trends? Because say it now, because we're probably not going to be able to like go over this like all the time in the streams, just because there's so many things going on.
Yeah.
Can it just say playground money? We could have it say that. Playground money.
Go get hookers.
Let's give them a few seconds to formulate a question if anybody has one. Alerts for specific tickers. Yeah, I have the list here. It's let's see. SPY, AMC, Nvidia, TQQQ, Apple, Tesla, Lucid, AMD, QQQ, and IWM. That's what we've got on there so far. What expiration do you use on Speed Racer? Okay, this is we've talked about this a few times. So for single stocks, I will trade weekly. If it's a Friday, I'm trading the next week. For SPY, I'm trading 1 to 2 days to expiration on it. That's how I trade.
Yeah. That's it. I mean, me personally, guys, I was playing. I was being a little bit degenerate with that money. Just full disclosure. But the thing is that with this, I can play 2.5% allocation. Mm-hmm. Played for the quick scalp. Next alert happens. Ooh, money. Do the same.
Yep.
Play for the next scalp. Next alert. Again, discern it. Play for the next scalp. It's it's pretty wild right now. So I'm fairly confident that this is the game changer that will definitely separate the men from the boys. Mm-hmm. So welcome to the evolution, ladies and gentlemen.
Just wait till you see what's next. Wait till you see what's next, guys.
I don't know. Oh, what's next undoubtedly is going to be a fucking price increase. That's what's going to be next.
That, yes.
You guys will be grandfathered in, but like for what we're bringing into the market, like we're cheap. We're too cheap. We're Dollar General cheap right now. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, in Hawaii, yeah, 3 year, all you 3 years are all a part of beta. So all of you guys that have access to this stream right now live get access to beta.
Can we add symbols at some point to Speed Racer? Depends. How much you willing to pay for that?
What kind of symbols? What kind of symbols?
No, we can't keep putting Andy to work like this, man. We beat that poor man up.
We did. Speed Racer access will be emailed to you. Yes. You guys will get the link. Same thing that happened with Broken Traffic Light and Red Light Runner. That's how you guys will get it. So it'll be that link. And then once it's available on platform for everybody, then you guys will have you can see it. Like you can see Red Light Runner and Broken Traffic Light.
That's it. All right, guys. We're signing out.